Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new episode of New York Sports Report, where today Cole and I will be talking about the current status of our New York sports. Cole, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Mason?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Tired, just got back. I went to Boston for a couple days. Went for the Giants Patriots Monday night game, and then the Knicks Celtics game last night. So yeah, it was pretty long. It was a pretty long trip. Feeling pretty
Yeah, I
tired.
bet.
So, what do you want to go over first today? You have anything you'd like to start off with?
Well, I don't know. Do you want to get your Giants performance out of the way, or should I start with the Jets?
Mm, we can just do Giants real quick. I feel like we start with the Jets every time.
All right.
We start Giants. So first off, going against the one of the best records in the NFL, and that is the New England Patriots, who are now 11-2, and the Giants are 2-11. I believe the Patriots. I believe the end of the score was 33-15, and that that Patriots squad is good. Don't get me wrong. My only critique about them before I get into the Giants play of that game, they're 11-2, but eight of the opponents that they have beat out of those 11 have top 10 draft picks. So they have had one of the easiest strength of schedules all year, and they will continue to do so for the rest of the year. Meanwhile, one of their losses is actually against the Raiders, and I don't remember who else they lost to, but I remember it wasn't a high caliber team. Let me see real quick. It was okay. So it was the Steelers. Steelers were, obviously pretty good in the start of the season. So they lost week one and week three. Week one was against the Raiders, and then week three was the Steelers. So I mean, Patriots have a good squad. Don't get me wrong, but I
They do.
do want to see kind of some, playoff caliber teams go against them. So, like, what do you think about that? I know they're in your division, and you get to see them kind of in a, much more of a spotlight.
Yeah. Um, I mean, I completely agree with you. They've had a very easy schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And not a very difficult schedule coming up either.
Right.
Obviously, the hardest game they have left is probably against Buffalo. Which if
Yep.
they win, they secure the division. Even though it already looks like that's going to be the case anyway. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, and that Buffalo team, they've don't get me wrong, they've been solid, but they've definitely struggled this season
Yep.
more than I think most expected. um,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I mean overall, very easy schedule, and they are a good team. I think
Mhm.
they've exceeded everyone's expectations by a mile.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Everybody's playing good, and they are injured right now. Is the thing they have a pretty banged up
Mhm.
lineup, and they're still performing well. Even though granted it's not
Mhm.
against the best teams, but Drake May is having
Yep.
an MVP caliber season.
He'll
So
probably win it, in
obviously
my opinion.
I agree. It's looking like that. Obviously it seems like it's what the
Mhm.
majority wants. But I mean, they've been playing very good. Can't take that away from them.
No, you cannot. Um. So I mean, yeah, Drake May. It was him and Matt Stafford. Stafford, I believe, threw two picks and lost against the Panthers. So I think that kind of nails the coffin if Drake May doesn't have any big slip ups and he continues to take advantage of this, lack of a strength of schedule. He should pretty much walk out clean with that MVP as well as the first in the, conference most likely because not only do I think that the Patriots are, walking out pretty easily this season, I also think that the Broncos are kind of questionable. I think that they are a little worse than their record shows, in my opinion. They barely walk out against a very injured and not as good of a team as the Washington Commanders have been as last year. And they've had so many, close games where it's like if they play a high caliber team like we've been talking about with the Patriots, say they face off and say it's like an AFC championship kind of thing. I have no idea who can win. If it's talent versus talent, I'd probably pick the Patriots. But If you put them against like the Bills, or I don't even know who else could be good in the AFC, because Colts are another team that's like, do they have what it takes? It's really been Jonathan Taylor been carrying that
Yeah.
team. So
Hmm.
what are your thoughts on that?
It's really is a toss up. Obviously, there are these handful of teams that do have good records. Personally,
Mm-hmm.
I think the Denver Broncos might be the best out of, say, the Patriots, Colts, and obviously Denver.
Mm.
Just
Yeah.
because of the strength of that defense, they've been
Okay,
phenomenal,
that's fair.
more or less all season.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong. Obviously, the Colts offense has been playing very good, and the
Yep.
Patriots just overall have been good. So it it really is kind of a toss up. But
It's
if I
very
had to
much
pick,
so.
yeah, if I had to pick out of those three teams, I'd probably take Denver. I will say, out
Okay.
of all those quarterbacks, Bo Nix might be the one I'm least confident in. Even though
Absolutely.
with Daniel
Yeah,
Jones
and
being the
Daniel
quarterback for the
Jones, yeah,
Colts, yeah, it's
because
kind of
he only
again, it's
has
kind of
one.
close there.
Yep, he's only played in the playoffs, but they all, are very new to the playoffs. Daniel Jones, I think, would have the most, um, what's it called, experience in the playoffs. But I don't,
Yeah.
yeah, because just with that Giants 22 season. But Bo Nix, I
Mm.
think, did they make it last year? I can't remember.
Uh,
If so, they must have been
maybe
first
the wild
rounds or
card.
something.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
even know
yeah.
if they did make it in.
Yeah, but either way, it's just one of those things to where um it's it's a toss up, and the teams that have been juggernauting, the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Ravens, I highly doubt that they'll make it to the championship, if the Super Bowl. So
Some of those teams,
yeah,
it's
it's
looking questionable if they'll even make the playoffs at this point. So,
playoffs. Absolutely. Yeah, so yeah, just to kind of recap the Giants game. There's really nothing to talk about too much. The score was honestly closer than the game was in total, if you
mm,
watched it. Jackson Dart, he came the first game back from concussion, missing 2 games. He went 17 for 24, 139 yards and a touchdown, but he took some pretty big hits yet again, and just ones where I thought it could have been penalized, but then again, it's like, just go out of bounds either way, or
yeah,
slide or something, because don't
that
even
late
risk
hit
it.
almost on the sideline there. That could
That's
have
what I was
definitely been
talking about.
called.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But of course, I was in the stands, and everyone's, oh, yeah, good hit, fight and all that, because it's all the
Yeah.
Boston fans. And it's like, yeah,
Hmm.
whatever. And I'm over
Mm.
here like, is he okay? And he pops right back up, and it's like, all right,
Yeah.
dude.
It
You
wasn't down
know,
at hardly at all.
it's
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's one of those things to where I just want to see this guy play a long career, because it seems like this could be our guy. But um, yeah, it's just been a very rough season. We could maybe scrape out another win or two. Maybe against the Viking, or maybe three. Honestly, Washington, Vikings, and Raiders, which could potentially really screw up our draft.
Yeah.
Um, so it really comes down to if we want to enjoy what's left of the season, or enjoy the future. Because right now, I don't know who I'd want to pick in the draft, to where if we did win maybe another game or two, it's kind of like, okay, cool, Dart's got it under his belt, he's feeling good going into the next season, and we still probably have a top 10 pick. So it's just kind of a best of both worlds scenario if we don't go too much. But yeah, I mean, there's just it's again, there's not too much to talk about. Drake May had a good game, 24-31, 282, and 2 touchdowns. Just, I mean, he's just picking apart a trash defense, so it's not too much to kind of talk about there. Travion
Mm.
Henderson had almost 70 yards. And yeah, I mean, they've just been balling. And Younghoe Koo is probably going to be on injured reserve for throwing his foot into the ground on national
Yeah.
television. So that was a fun thing to witness in person. So
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens going forward. I really hope we get rid of our GM Joe Shane, and then just kind of completely clean house, offensive, defensive coordinator, head coach, and GM. Just
Mm.
get rid of them all, and then bam, start new with new guys, get it going from there. So yeah, that's kind of what I have to say about the Giants this week.
Mm. Yeah, I get where you're coming from. Honestly, It's pretty much the same position both teams, Jets and Giants, have
Mm-hmm.
been in for the past. Honestly, you can
Oh,
at least for the Jets, you can go
yeah.
back a long time.
A long time,
Giants,
yeah.
yeah. I
We
mean,
had one
Giants,
anomaly
yeah,
season, and then
yeah,
since then it's
and
been 2012 and not much since.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you're all right with me moving on to the Jets,
No, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
um, I mean, it was obviously we snuck out the win against the Falcons.
Yep.
Definitely felt good to get another win, but again, kind of like what you were saying, it obviously at this point all it's really doing is hurting our position in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it feels good to win, but uh, yeah, it's just kind of at this point. We do have some winnable games coming up. I know we have the Saints coming up soon. Dolphins are coming up next.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so hopefully, if we were gonna win another game, I would love to see us beat the Dolphins.
Yeah,
Um,
divisional.
yeah. Um, and we are wearing our rivalry uniforms this week, so would love
Oh,
to
that's
see us
right.
win those. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But if not, I'm not going to be too upset about that either because overall,
Yep.
it's just going to help us in the draft. But yeah, I mean, Tyrod had a pretty solid game, has done
Yeah, he did.
much better than Justin Fields has in the past few weeks. So, um, not really too many complaints with him. For a guy that's getting up there in age, I mean, he plays very hard. So I really have
Mm-hmm.
no complaints with Tyrod. Um, and then I
Adonai
mean the rest of
Mitchell
the
too.
yeah, monster game out of him, which was great to see. And it sounds like he's solidified his role on the team for at least into next season, which is good to
That's
hear.
good.
And it sounds
Mm-hmm.
like we're planning on using him more in the offense, which is again, I'm happy to hear it. He's played good. Would like to see more out of John Menchie. He had some big drops
Mm-hmm.
this week, quite a few actually. So would like to see
Really.
him. Yeah, I believe he had like three this game. So
Jeez.
what? Yeah, so I would like to see him. Lock that up. But I mean, overall, I'm happy with Mitchell. So 1 out of 2 new receivers playing good. I'm pretty happy with that. Um,
Yeah.
Another exciting thing on the offense is Brees Hall, I believe, is like 160 yards away from breaking 1,000 for the first time in his career.
No way.
Yep, with
Yeah,
4 weeks.
8:30.
Yep. So, 170. Sorry. So, with 4 weeks left, I think he can definitely do it. And Aaron Glenn said he wants to use him more in these upcoming weeks. So hopefully he can break that because that would be just an awesome milestone for him to, to finally break.
It's so crazy
But
because I'm looking at his stats right now, and it's 830 rushing yards, and then there's 3 rushing touchdowns. It's like,
yeah,
wow. It's just,
yeah, no, definitely, he's definitely been somewhat misused, but
yeah,
hopefully
yeah,
next
yeah.
season that'll change and he'll finally get more like the red zone touches that he deserves. But overall, very pleased with him and the offense
Hmm.
overall this week. They played good enough, and that's all I can ask right now. Um,
Absolutely.
at least we look better. At least we don't have like 40, 50 yards passing this week. So um,
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, I,
yeah.
I wanna I wanna mention that. So what is gonna happen with Justin Fields going forward, do you think?
At this
Because
point,
I know before you said you wanted to give him another chance with, maybe a little more gel through next year. But as of now, where is your mindset?
honestly, I still kind of feel more or less the same. You got him for
Okay.
2 years. You might as well keep
Mhm.
him because I don't think there's going to be very much interest in him at all across the league.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, if you can get something for him, I guess go for it, but I just don't see it happening. Um, so maybe just hold on to him for another year, see what he can do. Even if he
Mhm.
ends up being the backup and Tyrod ends up being the starter, I'm perfectly fine with that. Because I would rather not see us draft a quarterback this year.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Just
say, if
because,
you're the GM
yeah.
right now, are you drafting a quarterback in the first round?
Personally, I would hold off just because even though
Okay.
Mendoza does look pretty good, and there are a couple
Small
other
sample
guys that,
size.
yeah, exactly. There are a couple other guys that look solid, but nothing
Mm-hmm.
that's like, I wouldn't say any of these guys look like they're going to be a generational talent. And
Mm-hmm.
it just with our history with developing quarterbacks, I'd rather see us not draft one this year. Maybe hold off for another season, see what comes out next, and then next year in the draft. But yeah, I mean, I'm okay. I'm perfectly fine with Tyrod or Justin Fields starting again
Mm-hmm.
next season.
Yeah, that's understandable. Could you see any of the quarterbacks going in the first round to like any team?
I could definitely see
Maybe like
a guy
Raiders.
like, yeah, I mean, like the Raiders. I mean, maybe even the Browns. I mean, who knows what's gonna go on there?
Oh my
Obviously,
gosh, the Browns.
Shadur having a rough game
Mm-hmm.
in his second career start. So, I mean, obviously, we haven't seen a whole lot out of him yet. So who
No,
knows?
yeah.
And same thing with Dylan Gabriel. I mean, we haven't seen a whole lot of him. I mean, so like again, like who knows really what you got with those guys? But that's a team,
Mm-hmm.
them and like you said, the Raiders, both teams that maybe they go after a quarterback, like a guy
Even
like Mendoza.
Jets. Would
Yeah, I
they
mean we could.
would
It wouldn't surprise me
I
if we
mean I
did go
meant
after a
Dolphins.
quarterback.
I meant
Oh,
Dolphins,
sorry.
sorry.
Yeah. Dolphins maybe. I mean, who knows what's gonna happen with Tua, man.
They're
Personally,
they're
I
very
I think they're
interesting.
gonna. Yeah, personally, I think they're gonna move on from him. I think they should have a while
Yeah.
ago. But
Oh,
that's
they
just
shouldn't
me.
have paid him that contract last year.
No, and
They paid him a
I
huge
completely agree with
contract
you.
and he gets another concussion.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I hate to see what's happened to him and throughout his career,
You do.
especially with all the concussions. But honestly, I
Mm-hmm.
just at this point, I think it's time to part ways with him if I'm the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, for me, it's good because Tua has he's underperformed
Yeah.
for sure. So if they keep him, that's all right with me. But if I was in their position, I would definitely, yeah, part ways. So maybe that's another team that they look to draft.
Vikings could even look at somebody because
Yeah, I
JJ
feel it's
McCarthy's been looking around.
he has. I don't know. I feel like personally, it's a little early to move on from him. But I mean, he
I
already
I
has
think so as
gotten.
well.
I mean, it seems like he's already. Who knows? I don't want to say they've given up on him, but it almost
Yeah,
seems
yeah,
that way. Not much confidence in him
yeah.
anyway.
That's
So
very
it's
true.
definitely possible one of those teams takes a quarterback, and I do think Mendoza will probably be the first to go.
Yeah, it's just I have no confidence in any of these quarterbacks as of now to kind of lead an NFL team to change, that franchise and be the staple of, one of these quarterback needy teams.
Yeah.
Maybe like second or third round for some of these guys. Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Have them sit a little bit and then,
Mhm.
bring them in, see what they could do. But as far as first rounds, I think it's a little too risky. But
Yeah.
we'll see what these GMs think and how it goes because, in my opinion, draft night is one of my favorite nights, in football. Just kind of how
Absolutely.
at least, our teams have been the past few years. So,
Mhm.
um, yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll see.
Yes, we will. But yeah, I mean, I don't have a whole lot more to say about the Jets. I mean, defense played, again, good enough.
Hmm.
Just overall, just an okay performance. It was good enough to pull out the win against a
Yeah.
struggling Falcons team. So, uh, yeah, I mean, it felt
Nick
good to
Folk,
win. But
too.
yeah,
Nick
Nick
Folk,
Folk
I
with
cannot
the
believe he
game
made that.
winner. I know it was a great kick.
It
And
was
and
it was a beeline straight to the bottom corner. I was
it
like, "There's
really
no
was.
way that's going in."
Yeah, but I mean, hey,
Snuck
the
right
old
in.
man still got it. And
He
both kickers
still
missed a
got it.
50. They both missed 50 plus yarders in that game before that.
Hmm.
So, and they both hit their
Yeah.
second ones from 50 plus. So, I
So
mean,
crazy.
yeah. So, I mean, great job out of Nick Folk. I mean, he's been great.
Yeah.
A great pickup.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
he resigns next year. Well, we might even have him
Yeah.
next year. I don't remember, but
Yeah. I hope we figure out a kicker situation.
Yeah, it doesn't
I
look
I
like
I
Gano is
I'd be willing to draft a
the
kicker in
answer.
the first 3 rounds. That
Just to
just means a
finally lock up a
consistent kicker,
kicker.
man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No
Golly.
more
I think we're on
Young
our fourth
Wiku
kicker
or
of the year.
yeah, or sorry, not Young Wiku, Young Hoku.
And however it's said, yeah.
Yeah, whatever it is. Maybe I heard it
Um,
first time.
yeah, so that'll, I guess, wrap up the NFL if you have nothing else to add.
Yeah, no, I think I'm all done with the Jets, and
Yeah, I'm done with the Giants, literally.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, we can talk about the New York Knicks now. So Knicks are now 13-7 on the year. Just lost to the Celtics 123 to 117 last night.
mm,
Um, Heck of a game by McCall, but could not do
yeah,
enough to hold off Jalen Brown 42 points. That
yeah,
when you drop 40 or more, it's like that team has to win. Like the team has to do enough
it's
to make them win. And Derek White had a great supporting game as well with 22. They're just making shots. They're making
yeah.
shots.
The second quarter that was a rough second quarter.
Oh my gosh, man.
Third quarter wasn't great either for us, but
No, it wasn't. And like fourth quarter, it's like, all right, we're making a comeback. We're doing well.
hmm
And then I don't know if it's just because, so obviously, you're not able to watch the games like that just because of how annoying New York is with the broadcasting and just New
yeah,
York sports in general.
hmm
So what I've noticed about watching Cat, he does not play to his size,
not at all.
especially
That's yeah,
on the boards. And
no.
sitting in that arena last night in TD Garden, first of all, I'm already in enemy territory. I was the second time in 2 days. So I'm in
hmm
enemy territory. And I got to watch Cat get boxed out by Derek White, who not only is half of his size, but has no hairline. And it's just like, it's so annoying because in the beginning, it's like, all right, man, we're getting boards. We're up by like 13, 14, whatever it was, and we're starting off hot and it was looking great. And then as soon as we start getting out physical and they start getting in the paint, no one can stop Jalen Brown. We actually get to a point in the third and fourth quarter where we have to start double teaming him, so where he doesn't, do more against us and just absolutely run us out of the game. Um,
hmm
we just I feel like a big part of that is Cat not playing to his size, and I know that's been a big thing kind of his whole career, but now is when I'm really starting to realize it against teams that, I thought we'd be able to beat. Just a week or two ago, we were able to beat this team, but
yeah,
it's getting into that point where it's all right. We got to really start hunkering down, figuring out this team's identity. Because it feels like I don't hear much about Mike Brown at all. He's just subbing guys in, which is great, but I'd like to hear some input and like what he thinks on the game. So maybe I'm just missing it, but um, yeah, it's definitely frustrating to lose a game like that. Just being out physical in the paint off
absolutely, yeah.
boards.
hmm And I do agree with you with the whole thing about Mike Brown. He does seem like he's been kind of quiet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't need him to be a super vocal guy. It's not like Tibbs really
Not
was.
at all.
Um,
Yeah.
but I would definitely like to hear more from him. And
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to ask you, with like you were saying about Cat's performance, he's just not playing up to how big he is. And you don't even have to watch the games to know. You can see this. You can see
Okay.
the box score, and you can tell that
Yeah. Yeah.
the numbers just aren't there. I mean, points wise, offensively, he's great, but
Sure. Yeah.
just most nights, like the boards and all that, it's just not there. And obviously, everybody knows about his defense. So, with
Mm-hmm.
that being said, there's been a lot of rumors over the past couple of days about the
Absolutely.
whole
Hands
Giannis
down.
thing.
Don't even
You,
have to ask
you,
me. Yes. I'm doing it.
you. Obviously,
Yes.
less than a month ago, we were both pretty skeptical about a potential Giannis trade. Um, so with that, what are you willing to
Yes.
give up if yes, everything, clean
All right.
house.
No, maybe not clean. All right. So let's look at the roster here. Do you have the roster up? Put the
I
roster up
do.
on your phone.
I
All right.
do.
So Obviously,
First question,
Cat's the big
actually,
one.
are you giving up Deuce with Cat for
Oh,
and
wow.
picks for
Straight
Giannis?
ahead.
Yeah,
What picks do we have? What
that's
picks could
true.
we
We
possibly have?
maybe
You want
like
to pinch this
2040
upper two,
first round
Cole?
pick.
Yeah, seriously. Um. All right. So my big thing, I think Deuce would have to go. We cannot let go of Macau. We
No.
way too much. We got him for way too much.
Yeah,
So
and he has been
Brunson
playing good.
Hart, he's been playing great. He stepped it up. He's done everything that we have personally been wanting him to do coming into the year. Um, so Brunson, Hart, and Macau are the untouchables in my opinion. Um,
What
Mitch, I
about
think we would
OG?
have to keep. Oh yeah, yeah, we'd have to keep OG,
Hmm.
but that would be a big price too, wouldn't it? That's a big.
It would.
It'd probably be him, like Cat,
He
OG,
could be
and
involved in
Deuce.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, he could. But would you be willing to let him go for
OG,
Giannis?
it's
Yeah,
tough
I
because
know
don't get
that's
me wrong,
probably the
Giannis.
toughest one.
It would be because Giannis is phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, one of the best players of this
Generational talent.
generation.
Yeah,
He really
yeah.
is. Um, but the team we have right now, minus Cat, is I mean even with Cat, it's so good. Cat's defense is just
Mhm.
so lackluster. It's almost not worth having him. Um, and don't get me wrong, I honestly I like Cat, and I wish he would just step it up on the defense and the boards because then I would have no problem with them.
Mhm.
But I mean, it would be hard to give up OG. It'd be hard to see Deuce go too, because I mean
Yeah,
he's
that would
obviously a
hurt.
fan favorite.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's hard to say what I would give up for him. I
Yeah,
mean,
one hundred
obviously
percent.
Cat,
But
we just don't have the
do
picks,
you
so
think if someone came up to you and gave you like a yes or no thing, like a paper and you checked marked yes or no, and didn't tell you any of the specifics, it's just do you want Giannis? And if you hit yes or if you check yes, you'll get him, but you don't know the price that you're giving up. Would you say yes or would you say no without knowing anything else?
it would be tough. But I would say, yeah, I think I would have to
Because
say
that's where we're
yes.
at
Just
right now. That's exactly where we're
yeah,
at.
just
Obviously,
it's
we don't have the decision, but
no,
in our
yeah,
minds,
yeah. I mean, it's definitely something. It's like it would be hard to say no to a guy like that. You know,
100%.
it's he's just so good, and maybe like I mean, Cat for sure. I'm okay. I'm
Hmm.
fine sending him off to Milwaukee. Um, the rest of the starters,
Yeah, what
it
if
would
they ask
just
for
be
Hart?
so. I know that's some. It's like Hart or an OG.
That's
Those are absolutely guys they could ask for.
Hart and OG are the toughest ones in my opinion. Deuce is
Yeah,
obviously
and
in that tier right below, but
yeah, he's close. Yeah,
and
and
Macau is like right on that line to where I'd want to keep him.
yeah, and then I mean off the bench. I mean obviously Mitch is a guy. It's like if we got rid of him and we only had Giannis, it would just hurt our depth so much.
One
It'd be
100%.
hard.
If Giannis goes down, we're
Yeah, it's like
done.
what do you
You know, we
have?
have
Yeah,
Yabusele, but I mean,
yeah,
he's more of a power
yeah,
forward than he is a center.
yeah. I mean, there's other guys off the bench. It's like, yeah, fine, ship them off. But I
Like
mean, it's
Jordan
just like,
Clarkson.
and the thing is, like, I like Jordan Clarkson too. I'm happy with us getting him. But yeah, I mean, it's like if they said, yeah, we want him, take him. Uh,
Yeah, he kind of annoys me sometimes. Just
yeah,
his shot selections. I mean, the hustle is there, absolutely, but it's like
yeah,
when the ball's in his hands in crunch time, it's like, oh my gosh, what's he
Let's
gonna
see what
do?
he's
It's
gonna
either gonna
throw up. Yeah.
nail it or he's gonna throw it out of the stadium. So,
Yeah. But I mean, yeah,
um,
at this point right now, I was like, yeah, give me honest, man.
yeah, I know. I think we're that desperate. Like again, I'm still kind of having a hard time like throwing myself in as like a we for the drought that the Knicks have been in um, for a championship and for success. But just being a New York fan in general and not having anything for a long time. It's like I think
Yeah.
fans just need that thing to put them over the edge to get them there. Um, like with the Yankees when we got Soto, it's like this is it. This is what
Hmm.
is going to take for us to win it. Obviously, Aaron Boone is who he is, and we didn't win that. That'll be a discussion we won't talk about because we'll go on forever. But this is how it feels for Giannis. If we pair Brunson and say whoever else who we have on the roster with Giannis, I think that's a great, set up for success. Um,
Yeah.
Again, we need the depth and we need the guys that would be able to keep to get us there, but it's just a risk I think everyone is willing to take as far as fans. Because I don't know if you could say Giannis or OG and they'll be like, oh, OG, like just straight swap like that. I don't think they'll pick the other person other than Giannis.
No. But yeah, I mean,
So, like, how have you been feeling about the Knicks lately? Do you think we're underperforming, overperforming? Like, maybe not overperforming, but like, where do
yeah,
you feel our team is?
obviously, we're right up there with, at, like the top of the East. It's so close that, we're going up and down constantly. Um,
Yep,
just because everything's so close in the East right now. Um,
too close.
we It really is, yeah. Um, I would kind of almost say underperforming just with some of these
I would agree.
losses that we've had recently.
Mm-hmm.
It's like these are teams that we are good enough to beat. And yes, you say, yeah,
Yep.
we don't have OG. Guys aren't at 100%.
Sure.
But some of these other teams are just, and don't get me wrong, there are some teams in the East that, and just across the league in general, that are overperforming right now, or
Mm-hmm.
doing better than expected, whatever. Um, but yeah, I think overall these are teams that we can beat, and we're just not playing up to the
Uh-huh.
best of our ability right now. So we
Yep.
really need to step it up the rest of this month. I think we're playing. I think the Hornets game is on right
We're
now too.
Hornets right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Up
That.
22-12. We saw how it went last night, so we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, 14-point lead in the first quarter, and you managed to choke that away. So, um,
Gosh, seen that before.
yeah. um, But yeah, hopefully that's a game we can win tonight. It should be an easy game, but who knows?
Have to.
Um, yeah. So we really just need to step it up for the rest of December, um, and then hopefully we can just continue to ride that momentum, through the rest of the regular season. And
Mm-hmm.
honestly, as long as everybody's healthy for the postseason, I'll be happy and I'll be pretty confident going into the playoffs.
I will too. I think my biggest thing right now is that we kind of held our expectations too high coming in. It's like, oh, we're gonna run the East. We're gonna be the first, second seed the whole year.
Yeah.
And here we are sitting at 4, and it's like the Raptors and the Heat are 2 and 3 right now, and it's like, well, all right, where'd they come from?
Yeah.
Obviously, Heat getting Powell is great for them,
Hmm.
and Hero coming back, so they're able to get that, but it's like I realistically think, and we should be over them. Again, it's still very close. It's only a game difference as far as a
Yeah.
win.
I was gonna
So
say
if we
we
win
were the
tonight,
second
and
seed like last night, so
yeah, so I mean, it's just that thing where it's like
it's so
I
close right now.
expect. I think
Yeah.
in my mind, it's like I expected us to just be running the table on
Hmm.
in this conference, but
Yeah. I don't think
that's not
anybody
how things
expected the
are.
Pistons to be as good as they are.
As good as they are, correct? Yeah. Um, But it's just something that happens, and if we're a good enough team, and the team that we think that we are, or the Knicks are, um, I think that they'll get there in the end. I think 50 and more wins is definitely on the table. It's still very early in the season, and anything can happen. So I just hope for player health, and I think we'll get to where we expect to be as far as seeding, and really just see where the playoffs take us.
Yeah, I completely agree with you.
Um, Yeah. Do you have anything else to add for NBA? I really only have a little thing to add for MLB, but
Yeah, I mean, I think that's about it for the MLB. Obviously, or not
Yeah.
MLB, the NBA. I mean, obviously, just the big thing was the whole
Mm-hmm.
Giannis rumors.
It's the
But
honest thing.
yeah, but yeah, no, I think I got everything I needed to say out of the way.
Cool. So yeah, I mean just a real quick thing for MLB. It's Devin Williams going to the Mets.
Mm.
Um are you shocked at it all? I mean, I didn't expect us to bring him back. Especially how last year went, but what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too surprised either. Obviously, we saw firsthand just kind of how bad he can be. At least at least
Mhm.
how he was with us. Who knows, how he's going to be with the Mets. Um,
Knowing that,
but
yeah, he'll probably be the
yeah,
best pitcher in baseball again.
yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean, obviously, just a lot of ups and downs. He did start playing better towards the end of the season.
He
But
did.
overall, just very disappointing. Just a very disappointing
Yeah,
outlet. I expected a
I
lot out
think
of
I
him.
agree.
Even
Mhm.
though we did know, he had that bad injury, which prevented him from playing the season before. Um,
Mhm.
I mean, we knew that going into it, but I certainly expected more out of him. Um, so, I mean, I'm not too
Yeah,
surprised we let him
100%.
go. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, dang, I wish he worked out with us, but now he's probably gonna work out with, um,
yeah, the
the
Mets. Yeah.
Mets and the other New York team. So,
Hmm.
that's just how it goes. And do you have your eyes on anyone that the Yankees could potentially go for, like, or kind of just still everything up in the air?
I mean, there's still so much up in the air. I mean, obviously,
Yeah, I
the
agree.
season only ended, a couple months ago. So,
Yep.
um, I mean, obviously, there's a handful of guys. I would personally like it to see us get Bellinger back. I know
Yep.
there's some people that disagree, a lot of people that do agree. So, overall, it's kind of like we really need a lot for this team to get
We
back to
do.
the World Series. And
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Hopefully, Cashman can land us some of these big names that are out there right now.
Mhm.
Um, but to be honest, I'm not expecting much. It's just you kind
Yeah.
of have to have tempered expectations with any New York team. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um. Yeah, I mean, obviously Cole will be back, and that's a huge, pickup
yeah,
for us. Schlittler has been looked amazing in the postseason.
hmm
Rodon, I think he'll have a good year. If he had a year like last year, I'll be okay with that.
yeah,
He really
absolutely.
did well, especially towards the end, to where
Hmm.
I think he, kind of won the New York fans over, which, in the beginning of his tenure in New York, it did not go well. It just did not go
No,
well. Last year
no, it did
definitely
not.
picked it up. And
Hmm.
I think we could have a good starting rotation. Is it one of the best in the league?
Oh,
Absolutely
absolutely.
not. But could it win us games and, get us a good position? I think so. But we will have a hard division. I think the Red Sox will be a good team. Obviously, Toronto, they're going to be if they play like how they played last season, they'll be one of the best in the league. So,
Hmm.
um, it's just one of those things where we're gonna have to grind it out, every week, every night. So, we'll see. I just hope, again, player health and yeah, just need a lot out of need a lot out of guys that you wouldn't expect. Like Ben Rice, I loved what I saw from him last year. Trent
Hmm.
Grisham, I don't think he'll be able to replicate last year, but if he is able to, then amazing. But
Yeah,
yeah,
even if
it's
he's
just one of those
half as good as
things.
that, I would be pretty happy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, it's just like you said, it's still a long way to go, and that's literally and figuratively. I mean, we're not going to be divisional winners coming out of coming into into the season, and there's still a long way before even winter meetings really get going. So
Yeah,
Um, it'll be really interesting, and I hope that we make some moves. We really need to.
so do I.
So
But honestly, as long as we have Boone as our manager, it's hard to say.
that's
Like, I think we're gonna win the World Series this year.
You just can't. You can't. As long as he's our manager, we're not going to win. And I've been saying it over and over. I said it since 24. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah,
It's frustrating because we
it
have
really
one of
is.
the
Yeah.
best right-handed hitters of all time, and
Hmm.
it's hard. It's so hard to watch that just wither away. And like I
Yeah, be
need.
almost wasted. Yeah,
Oh my gosh. Yeah, because the numbers are there. The numbers are there.
absolutely.
Just
Yeah.
the hardware isn't as far
No.
as championships. But
Yeah, that's really all he's missing. He just needs that ring.
that's
But
literally it. He's got the MVPs. He's he's
yeah,
got the numbers, and if he stays on track like this, he'll be, like I said, one of the best hitters statistically as well.
yeah.
Yeah. You have anything else to add?
No, I think I'm good.
Cool, man. Me too. I mentioned this to you. I'm definitely going to be taking a break from like going to games. Um, this week I was like, no way we go 0-2, in this trip. And then of course, the Giants game, I kind of expected us to lose. I kind of wish it was a little closer. Just kind of we have that kind of trap game, presence about the Giants where it's like, oh, don't underestimate them, and then we kind of punch you in the mouth, but that's not what happened. And then the Knicks, I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, we're gonna win this game. And he did not. So
No.
yeah,
No.
we're gonna take a little bit of a break from that.
Yeah, yeah, no, it seems we might be bad luck for our teams, at least for
I
this
think
season.
so. I
Yeah,
think so.
we've had
We got we
kind of
got
a
to.
rough go this year.
I think we just gotta wait for the calendar reset after New
Yeah.
Year's. Might
Hmm.
test it out a little bit. Might test out a little
Hmm.
game. But if that doesn't go well, I'm jumping ship till we kind of get a
Yeah.
reset. But
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, this is a direct affiliate with GM Sports Report, or Grant and I talk all things sports. Thank you guys again for watching, and yeah, have a good one.